It is day 4 of a total grid collapse. The city is beginning to burn, and the panic phase has officially started in the streets outside your window. Your normalcy bias and Hollywood survival fantasies immediately kick in. You decide it is time to abandon the suburbs. You strap on your massive, 65-pound camouflage tactical backpack, grab your rifle, and lead your family toward the local national forest. You believe you are going to escape the chaos, disappear into the trees, and live off the land like a pioneer. You just made a fatal tactical error. You are not a pioneer. You have just willingly abandoned your only fortified shelter, and you have initiated a catastrophic, multi-layered death march. The lone wolf bug-out fantasy is the most pervasive and dangerous myth in the modern prepper community. Amateur survivalists believe that when society collapses, the woods will be an empty, peaceful sanctuary filled with endless game and clean water. This reveals a fatal misunderstanding of crowd psychology. You are not the only person who bought a backpack and thought of heading to the woods. When a major metropolitan area collapses, millions of desperate, panicked people will have the exact same idea. Within 48 hours, the local national forests and state parks will not be a pristine wilderness. They will be completely overrun. They will transform into chaotic, unregulated, and highly violent refugee camps. If you think you are going to hunt deer and rabbits to feed your family, you are ignoring the brutal reality of population density. The sheer noise, scent, and presence of thousands of starving people will instantly drive every piece of wild game deep into hiding, or they will be hunted to extinction in the first week. But the lack of wild game isn't even your most immediate threat. You are completely ignoring the brutal physics of hydration. A human being requires roughly 1 gallon of water per day to survive under heavy exertion. Water weighs over 8 pounds per gallon. It is physically impossible to carry a 2-week supply of water in a tactical backpack. Therefore, you are immediately forced to tether your movements to a natural water source, like a river or a lake. You have just made your movements entirely predictable. Organized, hostile raiding parties know that every desperate refugee in the woods eventually has to drink. They do not wander aimlessly through the trees looking for victims. They simply establish elevated overwatch positions near the streams and wait for you to come to them. By relying on wild water sources, you are walking directly into an established ambush. If you somehow manage to avoid the water trap, the mathematics of human metabolism will crush you. When you shelter in place inside your home, your body burns roughly 1,500 calories a day just existing. But the moment you strap 65 pounds of survival gear to your back and begin hiking through uneven, wooded terrain, your metabolic burn rate violently skyrockets. Chopping wood, purifying water, building a camp, and maintaining a perimeter in the freezing cold will push your body to burn over 4,000 calories a day. Because you cannot carry enough food to replace that deficit, you are actually accelerating your own starvation. You will die of malnutrition significantly faster in the forest than you would sitting quietly in your dark, suburban living room. And that mathematical certainty assumes you stay perfectly healthy. The wilderness is an unforgiving orthopedic nightmare. In modern society, a twisted ankle or a deep cut is a minor inconvenience. In a grid-down wilderness scenario, a grade 2 ankle sprain from slipping on a wet root is a death sentence. Without a hospital or an extraction vehicle, you are permanently immobilized. You lose your kinetic advantage. You cannot hunt, you cannot gather water, and you cannot run. You are just waiting to be found. Exhausted, starving, and broken, the amateur prepper makes their final mistake. They set up camp and drop their guard. You pitch your expensive nylon tent, zip up your sleeping bag, and close your eyes. You have just built a fragile, brightly colored fabric tomb. A standard camping tent offers absolutely zero ballistic protection and zero acoustic security. You cannot hear the footsteps approaching in the leaves outside, and a standard 9mm round will punch through your nylon walls without slowing down. Furthermore, by carrying a massive tactical backpack, you have branded yourself as the ultimate prize. To the predators roaming the woods who are hunting people instead of deer, you are not a fellow survivor. You are a slow-moving, highly visible loot piñata. You are carrying medical supplies and ammunition right on your back. You have done all the scavenging for them. You must abandon the lone wolf wilderness fantasy. Bugging out is a desperate, last resort exfiltration strategy. It is only to be executed if your primary location is physically compromised by fire or an overwhelming hostile force. The true tactical advantage lies in bugging in. Your home is an established, weatherproof fortress. You already have pre-positioned supplies, localized camouflage, and intimate knowledge of the surrounding neighborhood terrain. Fortify your perimeter. Board up your interior doors, not just the exterior windows. Outlast the initial panic phase by remaining completely silent and invisible. The wilderness is not your sanctuary. It is a fatal funnel of exposure, starvation, and ambush. Abandon the lone wolf myth. Drop the heavy pack. Master the gray man mechanic. Don't be a target.